Hello and welcome. What's up, everybody? Thank you for clicking on the video. I have two new rods, two new reels, and in this one, we're going to unbox them and build the ultimate chatterbait combo. All right, what's up, guys? In this video, we're building not one, but two of the ultimate chatterbait combos, at least as far as I'm concerned. We're going to be using the rods that are in this tube, the reels that are in this package. I'm going to assemble these combos right here on camera. We're going to lace them up with some fresh line. I'm going to show you guys my entire process of how I build out a combo, and I'm going to show you what rods, what reels that I personally use for throwing the bladed jigs, the chatterbaits, the jackhammers. But first, did you know that most of you watching this video right now aren't even subscribed to the channel? If you like fishing content, go down below, click that subscribe button, catch all my future videos, help us color in the bar right here, and get that elusive YouTube silver play button. Thank you guys so much for the support. Can't do it without you. We've come a long way since we made this thing. 83K on the way. But today, the name of the game is Chatterbait Combos, building out the ultimate chatterbait combo, at least as far as I'm concerned. Of course, everybody has their own opinion on what makes a good chatterbait setup, but for me, this is where it's at. So I'm gonna show you guys what I've got going on. I've had this plan in my mind for a minute, and I wanted to kick the cameras on, shoot a video for you guys and let you see how I build out the ultimate chatterbait combo, the rods, the reels, the line, the process, the baits, everything right now. But first, we gotta do a little unboxing. So I'm gonna crack into the tube, first and foremost. Get these rods out of here. Yup. If you think you know what rod I'm gonna use to build out the ultimate chatterbait combo, go down below in the comments right now. I've talked about, this rod a bunch, being dialed for the chatterbait. You might be able to venture a guess as to what it is. Got two of them right here. Whoa, and some stickers. Check out all the new 6th Sense Fishing sticker heaters. I like that one right there. The Lone Star State, greatest country in the world. All right, let's keep ripping. I actually have 3 rods right here. 2 of them we're gonna use for this video. 1 of them we're gonna set off to the side for a future video. We're slicing, we're dicing. Come on, old son, get it done. All right. 1, 2, buckle my shoe. This one goes over here for later. And here we are, man. As you guys may have been able to guess, I'm talking about that 7.2 medium heavy mod fast heater series, my chatterbait rod. I specifically designed this rod for throwing the bladed jig, and I love it for that application. So this is the 7.2 medium heavy mod fast heater series. The heater series, my signature line of fishing rods that we did with 6th Sense. Shout outs to 6th Sense Fishing for making it all possible. Shout outs to you guys for your incredible, overwhelming support that you've shown the heater series. I know there are a lot of you out there fishing with these rods right now, and I can never thank you guys enough for riding with me. You are a part of the heater family if you have one of these rods, and I love seeing you guys fish catches when you DM me pictures of the fish that you caught on the heater series rods. It just makes my day. But as far as the chatterbait goes, the 7.2 medium heavy mod fast heater series, that's where it's at. A little bit shorter, a little bit more of a parabolic bend to it. Loads up a little bit deeper into the blank, but not too soft. It's just dialed for throwing the bladed jig. And that is the bait that I had in mind when I created this sucker. That is the rod that we're gonna use to build out not 1, but 2 of my personal ultimate chatterbait combos. Sweet. All right, now let's talk about the reels that I went with. Now, if you guys have been watching my videos, you know I love fishing with the Corrado 70, the SLX 70s, the 70 size spools. I just love these things. I have an absolute blast throwing the 70s. They fish really well. The SLX MGL 70, I feel like is one of, if not the best bang for your buck reel that Shimano makes. It's a sub $200 reel, and it's just buttery smooth, Magnum light spool, MGL technology. So that's what I went with. 2 SLX MGL 70s in the 6:1 gear ratio. These are 6.3 to 1s, and the 70 size spool is plenty deep for throwing a chatterbait. You're not making super long bomber casts. Most of the time, you're throwing up shallow around cover when you're fishing the chatterbait. But if you do need to send one out there, 70 size spool is plenty big. So I went with the SLX MGL 70 for my 2 ultimate chatterbait combos. 2 Heater Series 7.2 medium heavy mod fast rods, and 2 SLX MGL 70 reels. Let's crack off into here. Take a look at the reel up close and personal. I've unboxed this reel here on the channel before, but we're gonna do it again right now. Check it out. It's a slick looking reel, man. It's got that dark gray sort of graphite looking color to it, and blue accents, blue hardware. It's got the skeletonized spool, so you don't have to like worry about your line slipping around the spool. You don't have to run it backing. You don't have to put a piece of electrical tape on there. It's got the brake adjustment right here on the side. Plenty of drag for throwing a chatterbait. Roll that spool tension way back. And that is just a slick looking reel. Excited to build these combos out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw the chest rig on, and I'm gonna let you guys sort of see my process. Mounting these reels up, spooling them up with line, and then we'll tie baits on. But I figured I'd give you guys a little bit of a different camera angle, a little bit of a different view as I build out these combos using these 2 SLX MGL 70s and these 2 7.2 medium heavy mod fast heater series rods. So let's do it without further delay. Let's build some combos. All right, we're up and running on the chest rig. And honestly, these things are so stupid, I can't wait until we come up with some new modern technology that enables us to film like this without having to wear like a full-blown chest harness. But anyways, this is the line I'm gonna be using. 17-pound Seaguar fluorocarbon, InvisX, the yellow label. Let's get this first reel mounted up to this first rod. Start building ourselves a chatterbait combo. Oh, man, that's a pretty slick looking setup right there. Not a bad looking combo, if I may say so myself. That blue looks really good with the blue on the rod. That graphite gray matches the blank. And then of course you got the awesome stylings of the Heater Series, the Heater logo, SLX MGL 70, 7.2 medium heavy mod fast, the new chatterbait bangers that we're gonna put together right now. First things first, we gotta spool them up. 17-pound Seaguar InvisX fluorocarbon. Got me a little line spooler right here. So I'm gonna get this laced up onto the table. All right, something I like to do when I'm spooling up a new reel is I like to feed the line all the way through the line guides on the rod. Got those Fuji line guides on there. High quality line guides straight from Japan. All right, now the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna feed the line through the line guide on the reel. It goes over that little bar. I've had people ask me before, does the line go over or under that bar? It goes over that bar. And then you're just gonna feed it through the spool, and I'm gonna tie an arbor knot. So the spool of the reel, the technical term for it is actually the arbor. So I'm gonna tie an arbor knot. You guys know I don't teach you how to tie knots here on this channel. You can look up how to tie an arbor knot. It's really easy though. You just go around the line, pretty much just tying a knot around the line of the knot. Anyways, yeah, you get it. Arbor knot going down right now. There it is, that quick, that easy. And then once I have that arbor knot, I usually just tie an overhand knot on top of it and keep it cinched down. Put that tag, all right. Now, all we need to do is tighten that drag down and start spooling her up, dudes. Here we go. This isn't gonna take long with this 70 size spool, and I like that. Fluorocarbon is not cheap. This is an excellent way to not go through a ton of it. Even when you have to re-spool often, 70 size reel allows you to do that without burning through $600 worth of fluoro. You want to fill your spool up all the way, guys. These spools were designed to function with a full spool of line. The gear ratios and everything are based off the reel being all the way full to maximum capacity. Just pay attention, get that sucker filled all the way up. We're almost there. There we go. As you can see, I've got that sucker pretty much maxed out, just about like an 1/8 to a 1/16 of an inch left on the spool. You kind of see there, hopefully you guys can see that on the GoPro. Now, we just gotta do that same thing, but one more time. So I'll spare you the process, rinse and repeat, and then we'll be ready to tie on some baits. Talk a little bit more about chatterbait fishing while we're at it. Let's do it. Awesome. Freaking sick looking combo right there, dudes. Let's keep it rolling one more time. Another tip for when you're spooling up a new reel, if you don't have one of these line spoolers, find a way to keep tension on the line. A lot of times, you know, people will say the spool is filling up with line with more on one side than the other, or it's doing something funny when you're trying to spool it up. If you get your reel mounted to your rod, feed the line through every line guide, then tie it on, and then keep adequate pressure, sort of like to where your rod tip is kind of loading up while you're reeling, it will eliminate all that. It will spool up perfectly evenly. I've been doing it like this for years. This is the way. So maximum capacity, fill your spools up all the way with line and keep adequate tension on the line, on the rod, on the reel as you're spooling. Easy money, you'll be good to go. We're almost to the fun part where we're freaking rigging up chatterbaits and tying them on and talking chatterbaits and trailers. Yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun, I swear. Subscribe to the channel. Chatterbait heaters. Nice. We're good to go. Love that little line spooler, man. It's super cheap. I got it off of Amazon. If I remember, I'll leave the link down below in the description so you guys can check out that line spooler. I'll leave the links to the rods and the reels as well, and the line and the baits, if I can remember. Sometimes I forget to put the links, but if you guys go to try to find it in the description and it's not there, let me know in the comments and it'll remind me. But let's talk chatterbaits, chatterbait trailers, and what two chatterbaits I'm gonna tie on to these two new chatterbait heaters. Check it out, man. The twins. Twin SLX MGL 70 reels on twin 7.2 medium heavy Modfast heater series rods. Absolutely dialed for the chatterbait. And this is what we're coming with. This is what we're bringing to the table. Let's talk baits. First up, for setup number one, 3/8 ounce, I'm going jackhammer. This is the chatterbait, the bladed jig that I throw the most. This is the one that I gravitate to, the one that I feel like runs the best, looks the best, best colors, best hardware. You guys already know the jackhammer, legendary. So that's typically what I throw. There are a lot of bladed jigs on the market. I have thrown a lot of them and I always come back to the jackhammer. I feel like they are worth the money. This one right here is that green pumpkin shad color. So it's a shad color, a little bit of green pumpkin in the skirt, but it has a painted blade. So a little bit less flash. I fish a lot of clear water. I feel like this is a good like balance between flashy, thumpy, putting off some commotion, but still having a good shad profile, bait fish profile. And that's just a killer little bait right there. The freaking jackhammer, as I'm sure you guys are aware, that's a high quality fish catching machine right there. And I'm gonna put on the back of this jackhammer my all-time favorite jackhammer trailer. For the full size jackhammer, the Flush 5.2 from 6th Sense Fishing. This is the threadfin shad color. I think it's gonna pair up perfectly with this green pumpkin shad. And I just love running the Flush on the back of my jackhammers. This is a 3/8 ounce, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned this. That's why these are both 7.2s, because my plan for these is like 1/2 ounce and below. If I'm going heavier, I like the 7.4 medium heavy Modfast heater series with a little bit more length to it, but these are gonna be like my typical shallow bladed jig setups. So I'm going with the 7.2s. Let's get this freaking Flush paired up with this jackhammer. It's gonna look so freaking good. That right there is the move. I've caught so many fish on this combo right here. The Flush wasn't even intended as a trailer bait really, but the way this thing swims and dances around behind a bladed jig is unreal, and it is my favorite bladed jig combo. I have some Hog Farmer spunk shads in the boat. I like to run a paddle tail. Here's a heavier 3/4 ounce jackhammer right here with a paddle tail on the back of it. I will do that, break the rules. Also, that bongo right there works really well on the back of a chatterbait. But for me, the number one is that Flush 5.2. And I mean, tell me that that doesn't look freaking killer. It's got that forked tail on there, a little bit of like a bulbous section right there, just to give it a little bit of added weight, let it bounce around. It has this baitfish belly profile, so it looks a little bit more realistic, a little bit more like an actual shad, a gizzard shad or a threadfin shad. It has that shad shape to it, has that split dorsal fin, keep it, you know, in line, running true. It's not gonna interfere with the vibration. That right there is my favorite combo when it comes to the jackhammer, and that's gonna be tied on to setup number one. I'm gonna tie a San Diego jam knot. That's the knot that I use for 99.9999999.10, 11%, 137% of everything. San Diego jam, 8 wraps. It's the way. This knot has never failed on me. Beautiful, love that knot. San Diego Jam Band 5000. All right, and there is Chatterbait heater numero uno. 7.2 medium heavy mod, fast heater series rod. SLX MGL 70, 6.3-1, 17-pound Seagar and Vizex fluorocarbon, and in my opinion, the best jackhammer pairing possible. A little shad jackhammer with that threadfin shad Flush 5.2 for a trailer. Woo! That's a good time right there. You know, it's chatterbait time. It's about to be chatterbait time. We've been doing a lot of bed fishing. For you guys that are waiting for the actual fishing footage, the reason you haven't seen much lately is because we've been out there atop the Tower of Power. Me and my boy Teacock, aka Pete and Heat, Tower of Power Reunion Tour 2024. It's been going down. We've been catching some dragons. If you guys follow me on social media, on Instagram or Facebook, you've seen a lot of those fish because I've been posting them, but I can't post the videos yet for undisclosed reasons. We got to keep things under wraps until we have this whole series shot and completed. We've been working really hard. We caught a lot of giant fish, and I can't wait to share this season's bed fishing footage with you. I know there's a lot of controversy surrounding bed fishing, and we'll get into that in the videos, but it's something that we do every year. We have a blast doing it out there on the Tower of Power. You've seen it here before on the channel, and I can't wait to share that fishing footage with you guys, but I gotta keep it under wraps for now. It's coming soon. Stay ready so you don't gotta get ready. Stick around, subscribe to the channel. Bait number two, for setup number two, we're gonna go with the stealth blade. Something even more subtle than that painted blade is the Z-Man Jackhammer Stealth Blade. So if you're not familiar, this is the one with the clear plastic blade on it. This is another shad color. This is, let me see, I don't even think this one, Clearwater Shad. That's the Clearwater Shad, just a white, super subtle, baitfish looking stealth blade jackhammer. So you can see it has the clear plastic blade, smaller profile, very different vibration on this one. It doesn't quite have the thump that the full-size jackhammer has. This one has more of a tighter, you know, like machine gunner vibration to it, and something just a little bit more subtle. I wanted to have, you know, the options here. I like throwing the Mini Max a lot, but I don't throw it on the 7.2. I throw that on the 7.5 medium moderate heater series. Super light, super parabolic, dialed for that Mini Max. But this is a 1/2 ounce stealth blade. So I'm gonna throw that on the 7.2 medium heavy mod fast heater series, and the trailer bait that I'm gonna pair up with this sucker, the Juggle Minnow. This is the 4K Shad Juggle Minnow from 6th Sense Fishing. Smaller profile, but I mean, you can already tell how well that's gonna match up. So let's get this rigged, and then we'll get it tied on. We'll take a look at these combos, and we'll wrap this sucker up. Thank you guys for hanging out with me in another video unboxing / tackle rigging heater here in the garage. Appreciate you guys, man. Hope you're all having a good day. I hope your spring fishing season is in full swing and that you're catching some dragons out there. Check out that little guy, a little bit smaller profile, a little bit shorter on the tail. It's got that same forked section with the little, you know, the little ball molded in, a little bit of added bulk back there on the tail end. And that's just a killer little chatterbait bladed jig stealth blade morsel for them to chew on. Just throwing these up in the shallows is the plan. You know, get up shallow, throw these around cover, creating vibration, making commotion around those beds. Catch these spawners and post spawners. Fry garters. I thought about tying on, you know, bluegill colors because, you know, bass really hate it when the bluegill get next to their beds, but it's just so hard for me to get away from the shad colors. That's usually where I start, and I'll adjust if I need to. So that's what we're gonna do today. Shad colors on both of these, just a little bit different presentation, a little bit different style of bladed jig on both. San Diego Jam. That does not feel good. If your knot doesn't feel good, if you feel like it might have gone a little funny on you, if it doesn't cinch down perfectly smooth, just cut it off and start over. That's what just happened to me there. I don't know quite what happened, but it just didn't feel right. So I'm cutting that section of line off and we're starting all the way over. From square one, you want a nice clean knot every time. The last thing you want to do is hook into the fish of a lifetime and then have your knot fail on you. So let's do that again. Let me focus. There we go. I can tell that one's clean and mean. Perfect. You want the line to look evenly stacked all the way down the entirety of the knot. And you don't have to trim your freaking tag line down to a millimeter. You can leave a little bit. Fish aren't gonna care. All right, there we go. There it is, man. There's the two, for me, ultimate chatterbait slash bladed jig, chatter cricket, thunder cricket, stealth blade, jackhammer setups, two freshies right there. Brand new reels, brand new line, brand new rods, brand new baits with brand new trailers, and I absolutely freaking love throwing a chatterbait. It's something that I typically have tied on most of the year. It's a killer bait. You know, I'm a power fisherman. I like to throw that reaction bite. If at all possible, I'm trying to get on them with the movers and the shakers. And the 7.2 medium heavy mod fast heater series paired up with these 70 size reels, MGL, SLX. I feel like this reel is probably the best bang for the buck out of the entire Shimano lineup. I'm a Shimano fanboy. I throw all Shimano reels. I just can't get away from them. They do it so well. They perform every time for me. I have Shimano reels that are so old and honestly sound like they got rocks inside of them, but they're still kicking, still ripping. I've had my Corrado DCs, my SLX DCs, and some of my Corrado Ks for years, and I beat them to death, and they just always perform. I love the Shimano's SLX MGL 70, sub $200 reel, 70 size spool, 6.3 to 1 on the gear ratio. They look really cool. They got that awesome graphite gray color with the blue accents. I love the gray and blue, paired up with the heater series rod. Freaking jackhammer with the flush on the back, super heater. And then the 1/2 ounce stealth blade with the Juggo minnow and 4K shad on the back of it. Another super heater, just a little bit more subtle. Cannot wait to get out there on the boat, throw these things around in the shallows, catch some of those bait fish chasers. You know, the shad spawn is going on, so it's gonna be killer time to throw that little stealth blade and those schools of shad when those buck bass are grouped up and chasing those bait fish, which I've been seeing a lot of while we've been out there doing bed fishing. So yeah, also probably end up using these for the little finesse swim jig. That's something else that I had in mind for these setups, but I've had this idea in my head for a while. I wanted to build out a couple dedicated chatterbait setups that I just use strictly for the chatterbaits. So that's what we did. Hope you guys enjoyed this quick little unboxing, tackle rigging, bait rigging, rod rigging, reel spooling video. If you did, click that like button, subscribe to the channel. You guys can check out 6centsfishing.com for my 7.2 medium heavy mod fast heater series rods and any of the 6 Cents heaters that you see on the table or on the wall behind me. JR10 for the win. JR10 at checkout, 10% off your entire order. It's the #1 way to support the channel. Thank you guys so much for using that code. Shout outs to the JR10 Army and shout outs to the almighty Heater Army. The names that you see scrolling across the screen right here. Couldn't do this without any of you guys. I'm eternally grateful. I hope you're all having an excellent fishing season right now. It's getting warm, it's getting hot already here in Texas, and the best is yet to come. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you all for taking time out of your day, but that's about all I got for you today. That about does it. That about wraps her on up. So I'm gonna say goodbye for now, and I will see you on the next one.